Let's talk about side effects. Let's talk about having your retention strap fall off the back of the camera and into the view. Side effects of picking up a genuine 1950
самозарядный карабин системы Симонова.
Loading it with 10 rounds of genuine 1950 7.62 by 39 from a 10 round stripper clip and firing them without ear protection. Let's see. Would have a very common side effect of causing ringing in your ears and long-term hearing loss. Common side effect of a sore shoulder if you didn't know what you were doing. Uncommon side effect of bruised fingers, minor injuries to the face from extreme recoil. Rare side effects of more severe injury from it blowing up in your face because it was built in 1950 and hasn't been properly maintained. And got a round that somehow managed to turn itself spicier over time. And not known side effects. Caused an earthquake. Therefore, it would be a rather bad idea to give, say, the entire 4,000 person population of a town on a narrow isthmus one genuine 1950 production
самозарядный карабин системы Симонова.
And a bunch of genuine 1950 ammunition each, and tell them all to stand facing west on rooftops, in windows, on balconies, or just in the street, and start shooting. If you did that, there would also be other possible side effects, such as someone shooting someone else in the back, people getting burned by the hot brass ejected from one rifle, like hitting them in the face and dropping down their shirts. That's a known thing. All a lot of good reasons not to do that. So why would you do that? Oh, anyone played Left 4 Dead? Back 4 Blood? Halo 6 Extractions? Resident Evil? If there's a massive swarm of zombies trying to cross that isthmus and your town is the only thing standing between them and 100,000 people behind you, then yeah, arming yourselves and shooting the zombies, probably a good idea. This stuff you're looking at, side effects of wearing that. Increased weight will increase the wear on your knees, and it might just pinch if you're not wearing enough padding under it. Also, it makes a little bit of noise if you it jingles slightly. That might be a minor debuff to stealth. But, you know, if it saves you getting bitten by the zombie, worth it. So, I got this piece of paper. You can see that. The bottom of it has been rolled up here because they wrote some personal information there and I don't want to do a bev and dox myself. It's about this stuff. And it lists possible side effects. Like all vaccines, it can cause side effects. Oh yes, it can. Although not everybody gets them. Well, yes. Not everybody. It's not 100%, even the side effects. Very common side effects may affect more than 1 in 10 people. Injection site pain and swelling. Yes, I can confirm that one happened to me. A few hours after I got my 3rd vaccination, the injection site became sore, and it remained sore for a few hours. That was actually it in my case. Common side effects, up to 1 in 10 people. Injection site redness, the horror. I've had worse from a British spider. Nausea and vomiting. Whether that's actually caused by the thing itself or is a psychosomatic reaction, couldn't tell you. Up to 1 in 100 people, enlarged lymph nodes. Faint bump in the armpit or under the chin, basically. Feeling unwell. Yeah, well that happens to 1 in 100 people every day anyway, doesn't it? Arm pain, rather than injection site pain. Yeah, some of us have arm pain all the time anyway, thank you army. Insomnia. Again, could be stress. Injection site itching. An itch. Again, I've had itching thanks to a British spider, and again, they are pretty much harmless. Allergic reactions such as rash or itching. Feeling weak or lack of energy / sleepy. That is very bad English. Rare side effects. Up to 1 in 1,000 people. Temporary one-sided facial drooping. I assume that would be resulting from them stabbing the nerve by accident. The guy who vaccinated me did an excellent job of putting the needle in between nerves. I didn't feel a thing. Well, I felt the injection, I didn't feel the needle go in. Not known, cannot be estimated from the available data, meaning they don't happen often enough, despite us having done hundreds of millions of vaccinations. They haven't happened enough for us to estimate the frequency of severe allergic reactions. As it said down here, allergic reactions, it just means the mild ones. Severe, as in actually a problem, allergic reactions, there, rather than hives or swelling of the face, that's an allergic reaction, but severe allergic reactions, like, might actually need to do something about it, not frequent enough for us to even know how often they happen. Myocarditis, you may have heard about it, or inflation of the lining around the heart, pericarditis. Cannot be estimated from the available data. They don't happen often enough for us to calculate the risk. We can't tell you how often they happen, we just don't have a big enough sample size. In the tens of millions, it may be over 100 million by now. Swelling of the face. Now this is an interesting one. Allergic reactions such as swelling of the face may affect up to 1,000 people, but swelling of the face doesn't happen often enough for it. I'm not quite sure how that happened. May occur in patients who have had facial dermatological fillers. That's how it may happen. There we go. If you get any side effects, talk to your doctor. I did not actually talk to a doctor, pharmacist or nurse about having a slightly sore arm. Then you have information about how to store it and other stuff, but frankly you've seen the interesting part. So why would you bother going to this, taking this huge risk, going, a few kilometres and sitting for 5 minutes waiting to get someone to inject you with this stuff with a very common side effect of pain at the injection site and chills, joint pain, diarrhea, fever? None of those happened to me. Why would you risk it? Because Left 4 Dead, Back 4 Blood, Rainbow Six Extraction, Resident Evil, whatever. There's this other problem you may have heard about. You accept this risk and this less than 10% risk of injection site redness, and there's less than 1% risk of arm pain and injection site itching, and there's less than 0.1% risk of allergic reactions such as hives or swelling of the face, because the alternative is something that has already killed more than 3 out of every 1,000 people in some places. And that includes some states in the USA, so don't go thinking your healthcare service is going to save you from that risk. Anyone tries to tell you it has a 99.7%, 99.8% survival rate, there is a list of places on worldometers where it has already killed more than 0.2 or more than 0.3% of the population, despite not having infected everyone yet. That survival rate they are pushing is a lie. These side effects are very minor. These are actually minor and very rare. These are still pretty minor, except that one. That one's actually that one, and that one is a problem. The rest of them are actually pretty damn minor. Extensive swelling of the vaccinated limb. The horror. Your arm swells up. And are so rare that we can't even say they're even existing side effects. One thing about these are things people have noted after getting vaccinated. As I mentioned, this happens to people all the time. Insomnia. How many times in the last 3 months have you not been able to get a good night's sleep? Then you get vaccinated, and at some point in the next 2 weeks, you can't sleep. Oh no, it must be because of the vaccine. No, it just happens. You need these things to happen often enough immediately after vaccination, and rarely enough in the population, for you to actually be able to say that the difference is significant. The fact that it happened once to some dude ain't proof of anything, right? So you accept these small risks of really minor side effects to avoid the huge risk of the really major long-term side effects, even among the survivors, like reduced heart function, reduced lung function, reduced brain function, reduced genital function. Yeah, guys, this shit that's going around can actually stop you getting it up. Reduced kidney function, you know, permanent brain damage. Not that that's a problem for flat earthers, but for normal people, permanent brain damage is actually a risk. And yeah, also the very real and very significant, threat of death, which, generally speaking, is considered a problem. There's probably someone that would miss you. And maybe you know someone who is at heightened risk of death due to being, say, asthmatic or immunocompromised or over the age of 50, who you would miss. Less than 10% risk of injection site redness. Or maybe you accidentally kill your own grandmother. Is this choice getting any easier to make yet, people? Oh, and by the way, USA just went past 70 million confirmed cases. That's going to be fun. UK, I think we're past 150. I know we're past 150,000 deaths. I think we're pushing 160,000 out of just 67 million people. And bear in mind that is not 100% of the population infected yet. That guy drinking a pint of his own piss while riding around in circles on a little electric skateboard thing? Not a qualified doctor. Don't take his advice.